I've been thinking a lot about Donald Trump, who he is, how we talk about him, and how we react and respond to him and his behavior. Not to mention supporters in a whole MAGA populist movement. There are millions of them, and more than a few right here in my own country, Canada. But here's the thing. I've come to the conclusion that the way many people go about opposing him is all wrong. You see, they're trying to stop Trump with criticism, critique, and sometimes ridicule, hoping to have an influence by expressing their anger and outrage at him. But I've got to be honest, I don't think it's working. I don't think it's working at all. In fact, it's just being perceived as Trump derangement syndrome, and it might even be doing more harm than good. He and his base of loyal followers are still here and not going anywhere. While I may be optimistic, I'm not an optimist. I don't believe that just one big cathartic group hug and the whole world will be just fine. As Harry Chapin said in the song with his lyrics, do I believe that the answer is still blowing in the wind? No. Do I think that with a little more love now, all of our troubles end? No. There's a lot of problems out there. They're not going away. So while we can't just hate our way out of this, we also can't just hope that positive thinking and compromising with the other side will resolve everything, and all of our troubles will be fixed and disappear. That's just not going to happen. We live in a pretty polarized world, and things have been pretty heated up out there lately. Politics can do that, especially when so much revolves around controversial and alienating figures like Donald Trump. Now, I'm not here to tell any of you how to feel or how to behave or what to believe in. Heck, I'm not even an American. I'm just a regular Canadian, like many others, who's been watching this whole thing unfold from my side of the border with a lot of concern and anxiety about the future. But here's the thing. I'm a 70-year-old man. Pretty unique, unusual 70-year-old man, but a 70-year-old man nonetheless. And I'm sitting here recording this and trying to make content for YouTube, a platform that's really created and is targeted and caters to people 40 to 50 years younger than me. I'm going to ask you all to look past that for a while. So I'm putting together this set of short videos about how to better deal with Donald Trump and his followers. It covers about 7 segments or topics that'll be spread out through a few episodes. We're going to start off talking about the ineffectiveness of hate and why it really doesn't do much against Donald Trump or his followers. Then we're going to move on to understanding Trump's appeal. What is it about Trump that makes him so powerful and makes people believe him so much? Then we'll look at the constructive ways to challenge Trump. There are some. Next will be the media's role in fueling hate. It really is a double-edged sword. And then we're going to talk about Trump and the politics of identity, how he uses hate and why it divides. I'll try to convince you that engagement beats alienation. Once again, bridges, not walls. And then we'll look back at some lessons from history and how in the past they've combated divisive leaders. Now, some of you might be saying, well, come on, Nick. Everything has changed in the last month. Biden stepped down. Kamala's reignited enthusiasm of the Democrats. She's killing the polls. It's looking more and more like a strong possibility that Trump is going to lose this election. Well, first of all, we've all been here before. How many times have we, in the entire world of analysts and commentators, written off Trump while we sit here smiling with this time we've got him, grin on our face, only to see him survive and triumph? I also think that if the Harris-Walz ticket does win this year, it might be by only 1 or 2%, maybe even as much as 4 or 5%, and that would be considered a landslide. I remember the election of 2020. Americans had a chance to reject Trump outright after seeing his 4 years of madness and the chaos he created in the White House. But it just didn't happen. I went to bed late election night shaking my head, because at the time, it looked against all odds like Trump would be the victor again. You know, it took several days before it was widely accepted by everyone in the world, except Trump, that Biden was the actual declared winner. And although Biden won, Americans didn't send Trump packing. That's why he's still here now. Trump got more votes than any other presidential candidate in history, thankfully except for Joe Biden. But even with Biden comfortably winning the popular vote, it was really only the right mix of 43,000 votes in the swing states of Arizona, Georgia, and Wisconsin that gave him enough electoral college votes to claim the presidency. This year, even if Trump gets trounced and then retires or quits or ends up in jail, whatever, there's a lineup of replacement wannabes waiting on the sideline to fill the void and take leadership for the tens of millions of voters who will likely be supporting the new populist conservatism on Election Day. There really is no quick fix to the vast polarization that exists out there, which is why I'm here making these videos. Well, this is the end of episode 1. Where to next? If you watched this far and enjoyed the video, then please hit the like button. And don't hesitate to send me comments. I love hearing what viewers think and interacting with them. Next, if you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. It's the only way that I can keep making new content. Then when a new episode comes out, hopefully in the next few days, I'll let you know, and you can grab a seat, maybe get yourself a coffee or a tea, relax, and get into it with me. It's going to be a bit of a heart-to-heart, this whole process, but I hope by the end of it, we'll all have some new and better ideas on how to move forward together. So please, listen to and consider the things I've got to say with an open mind, because there's a better way to deal with Trump, his movement, and everything that they stand for, and it doesn't have to involve rants of hatred, insults, or name-calling. I think I've got some unique insights on this situation, and would love to share them with you. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.